Good day, everyone. It's yours truly, Mr. J. Martin, the Renaissance Man, comedian, laugh doctor, all of the above. And I'm here on True Patriot Love with my first guest. I'm proud to have my good friend, Mr. Sherard McQueen. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, and thank you for the kind introduction, Mr. Renaissance Man. I want my own title.
You want your own title?
The Renaissance Man sounds so cool. I'm a real estate developer. What could my title be?
I don't know. We'd have to come up with something. The real estate man. I don't know. It's got an R in it, but man, dude, I'm so happy to have you here on the show as my first guest. And the reason why I picked you is because this guy is a charismatic real estate developer. And some people say, how did he do this at his age? He looks too young. What does a real estate developer look like? How'd you get into this business?
Well, that's the whole thing. What does a real estate developer look like? Most of them are behind closed doors. People don't see them. If you say, well, who owns Mattamy or who owns some of these bigger houses, people don't know. And I thought I would democratize real estate and people would know who I am. So I'm walking on the street. I get people coming up to me all the time, talking to me. And it was really born out of a love for real estate. I've been licensed for 20 something years and I got into real estate development 10 years ago.
And when you got in there, I'm sure there's peaks and valleys and when time it is to develop real estate and get homes and lands. Right now, I don't know, is it a good time?
This is the whole thing. People always wait till the market's up and there's multiple offers and there's all these things going to market and then they buy. But smart investors always buy when the market is down and prepare when the market goes up. So you have to really, it's a little bit counterintuitive and you have to have emotional control. If you don't have that emotional control, you're going to get FOMO. So when everyone's buying, you're going to buy. And when you're really supposed to be buying, you're going to be sitting on the sideline. So right now is a perfect time to either do real estate development or to be buying a property. But people really have to make sure they make the right maneuvers and listen to the people like us on this podcast, the people who actually know what's going on and not like somebody's uncle or someone's aunt who bought real estate 40 years ago and doesn't really know what's happening.
Right. So the timing is now. But I think as a comedian, real estate's really a joke because all I see is for sale, for sale, for sale, for sale, foreclosure, foreclosure, foreclosure.
A lot of words,
a lot of fours, but nothing's really saying sold. Like, what is the problem? What's going on right now? Like,
well, the problem really is a lot of people bought real estate when it's overinflated. Right. They didn't do the right things. They didn't really research. It's the weirdest thing because people will research all these other things. When it comes to real estate, they won't actually get the facts. And that's why today we're going to demystify some of these things about real estate and put people on the right track.
Well, let's do it. Let's get started. Like, tell me some of your developments, some of the positives, the negatives, what you learned while going through them. Tell me some things about that.
Well, listen, we own a retirement home. We built it in 2016, so we've owned it about 10 years. It's in Aurelia. We have 100 seniors residents, so 100 people are living there, plus some spouses and some pets.
Right.
And the biggest thing about that is we had to go through COVID. So it was a very challenging time. A lot of other retirement homes, independent residences had people who unfortunately passed away. They didn't have the correct procedures and provisions.
Right.
So it can be a very serious type situation. The good thing for us is my business partner's wife is a ER doctor. We were able to get masks, things of that nature, make sure we had the correct protocol.
Right.
And now we've come out of that. And that is one of the bright, shining sectors right now in real estate is the retirement home industry.
Right.
And then, of course, I have sites that are based on consumers buying, which are condo sites and townhouse sites in Niagara. And I think Niagara is just the greatest market in the world.
I saw one of your posts on Instagram and you were like, Niagara, and then you had all of these stuff throwing around it. What's so big about Niagara? Like, we've all grown up, every family member that comes to visit us from every country goes, I want to see Niagara Falls. And we go up there and go see it, and so many people go visit it. Why there? Why did you tap there? What are the benefits that come from that?
Well, I have a confession.
Okay. These are my confessions.
Yeah. So I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm American. So listen, don't hate me. It is what it is. I can't change where I was born, but I came over to Canada when I was 12 years old, and the falls is one of the first things I saw.
Perfect.
And obviously the view from Canada is a lot better. Okay, that view from over there is that's the truth. It's nothing you can see. You're looking like through a bunch of stuff. So it was one of the first things that welcomed me when I came. Niagara Falls has 17 million visitors a year. The
Yes.
only other place in Canada has more is actually the CN Towers, downtown Toronto.
Okay,
It's close to
research.
3 international airports.
Yes.
It's close to people who want to live there who do some trucking, so international
Right.
on that side. So it just and there's so many people throughout the diaspora who are moving there. So it's a great location. When you look at all these things, Doug Ford recently mentioned that he's going to turn this into the Vegas of the North.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
so when
Dougie.
you look at that, let Dougie do his thing.
All
Right?
right.
So it has everything you need to be successful. And
Yeah.
when you're planning, you have to look at the infrastructure, you have to look at the timelines and the political wins and make sure it's the right place to build.
Okay. So I got to ask the question. People kind of curve around it. I've never met a black developer.
Oh.
Are there a lot in your business? Do you come across them? Or are you the great black North?
The great black hole. Well, just put it out there. There's a few, but again, some black developers do commercial real estate.
Right.
So they're going to build plazas. You may not have ever heard of them
Right.
because they're not facing the consumer. Or if they build apartment buildings, you wouldn't know who they are.
Right.
I'm probably one of the selected few. But at the end of the day, I don't really look at it about a black and a white thing. I look at it as a competency.
Cool.
If you are competent in Canada, you can really do the job that you need to do. So I'm not a guy who's sitting here beating a drum saying, oh, I'm the black. I'm more someone who wants to be visible for anybody in our community, however they resonate
Right.
with us, and give them an outlet and an understanding on how real estate development needs to be done and democratize it so other people can do the same.
Okay, so supplies. We're going to hit supplies because I know that they say that Canada is one of the most natural sources to supply for wood and building.
Yes.
How is that market that fluctuates with what's happening in your previous country, America, with
Yeah.
new leadership? How is that garnered how we deal with lumber and all the stuff and supplies you need to be able to build the structural houses that
Yes.
we need to last in our climate?
See, that's the thing. Right now, we do have a lot of the materials we need. They're not necessarily coming from south of the border. Some of the supplies are coming from overseas, and a lot of the stuff that is being manufactured here.
Right.
So we're not as impacted, but on the other side of it, from the consumer standpoint, a lot of consumers are feeling the pinch because maybe they work for companies
Right.
that have something to do with the States. So that's going to restrict their cash flow or their purchasing ability. So from that side, yes. From the development side, right now it's actually easier because a lot of people aren't building. So
Right.
when people aren't building, that means the trade price has come down and it's stabilized, and it's allowing me to get more done faster. And the municipalities, they're treating us a little better now because there's just a few people building right
Right,
now. So
right.
that's really how it encompasses everything.
Well, you can build 100 spots. You can build and build and build. But now that I see more and more people have less money in the comedy world, my shows are harder to get people to that flexible cash flow. A lot of people got into some bad deals to begin with.
Yeah, bad deal.
Bad deals, and their credit bureau is taking a little hit, a little lower than expected. How are you going to get them into these houses if the market stays the way it does? Like, how are people that made a mistake? Give me advice for someone who's made a mistake, got into a bad deal, and wants to recover and try to get into one of those houses that you perfectly described.
Well, some of the properties that we have, once we reach a certain point in financing, which is called a liquidation point, which means for the amount of purchasers that you have,
Right.
if you didn't sell any more units, you could still pay off the loan.
Okay.
So there's a land loan and there's a construction loan.
Makes
so that's
sense.
the liquidation point. Once you get to that point, which is normally about 75 to 80% of the sales, the last 20%, you can sell with a more flexible down payment and deposit structure.
that's
Therefore,
how it
right
works.
now, there's one site in particular. I have it at $1,000 a month that someone's able to get in. So it's 24 months. They would put down $24,000.
Right.
So it's something that's easily achievable.
Correct.
So that's one of those options we have available.
That's good for individuals that are trying again, check out my boy. You might have an opportunity because I see it all the time. People are looking for properties and they're like, I can't, so I'm just going to rent. And what I'm finding is people are paying the same
For rent.
that they do in mortgages. What's going on?
But the biggest factor is, like you mentioned, is the credit.
Right.
and it's a down payment. But the good thing about pre-construction real estate is it allows us the time to build our credit, because you have 2 years to closing.
Right.
And I find that people, when you give them a fixed point, a destination, it's a much easier to work toward, like a weight loss goal, or when you graduate from university, it's going to be 4 years. I'm going to have a degree. They could do the 4 years. They just can't operate in a vacuum. So now it's 24 months. We're going to get you guys to, after you put down your $1,000 a month, we're going to get you guys approved, and you have time to build your credit. So that's all people need. They need knowledge and understanding. That's what the TPL network is about.
Yes.
For us to put them on game.
tplmedia.ca, people. You got to make sure you log on and check it out going forward. Your boy is here giving you nothing but facts to the dome. I gotta give it
I
to
love
them.
the 90 references.
You got to. I gotta go with my age bracket. To the dome.
Do people even know what to the dome means?
I pointed to it. So hopefully they're like, he pointed to his head. I guess he means the dome.
Okay, nice.
So here we are. We're here doing this, and why we do this. Most of us do this for our children, to leave a legacy. And I find within our culture, a lot of us come from second generation Canadians. We're second generation Canadians where our parents came from another place. A lot of people are there. That's the diaspora of our country. How do we educate our kids so that they don't fall into some of the steps that some of our parents did? We just kind of followed the route. Trudeau's the prime minister. He said to do this. But how can we teach a narrative that gets more people to do what you're doing, or know how to make sure their money's sorted out for the future?
Well, I think that's the important thing with social media. There's a lot of downsides to social media, but one of them is it gives people access. When I don't know about you, but when I went to my guidance counselor, when I was in high school, she gave me 3 jobs.
She did.
She's like, you're a teacher, you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer. It's 3. And there's no other jobs. So when someone was selling my parents' house, he pulled up in a Toyota Sequoia. Okay.
You remember the car?
It was a Sequoia. I go, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
And he was driving a Sequoia. So this guy's rich. What does he do?
Right.
And I was, I don't know, early 20s. My mom said, well, he helps get a house, right? We were renting before. I was like, okay, this is something that I really want to look into.
Right.
But that is how you got access before. Now there's so much information that if you don't have it, you're kind of choosing to be ignorant.
You stepped into the guidance counselor thing, and a whole bunch of flooded memories came back. And luckily for me, my guidance counselor was also my soccer coach and kind of like surrogate dad. So he really guided me.
He never told you that, Jay, you're good to be a comedian.
No,
that wasn't on the board.
It was not on the board. I actually I wanted to be a psychologist. I went to go take psychology in university, sociology. My drama teacher always told me to do acting. I could never go to a Caribbean parent and tell him I want to be a comedian.
You just can't do it?
No, I went to my dad finally after like 3 years of university and said, I found my calling. I know what I want to do with my life. I want to be a comedian, which he replied, you want to be a professional idiot? So now I'm a professional idiot. But
I'm sure he's proud.
He's proud when he saw me on TV and finally realized that people pay money to watch that. But like, I'm not glad because you're here. I swear to you, if I could have redone it again, I totally would have been a real estate agent. Hand to God. And I say it not because you're here. I would have went to Humber at the time. They had real estate courses. Because of my charismatic, kind of like yours, personality, I think I could have persuaded and did well. That wasn't the road I took.
Jay,
but
you would never, listen, you're a much better comedian than you'd be a realtor. Like, no, but we talked before, and you're like, there's only like 3 guys ahead of me. It's like Chappelle. Like, we went through this whole thing, right? So if you're top 5, are you going to be really top 5 realtors in the world?
No.
Okay,
and for the record, viewers, I might have said there are 3 guys ahead of me. I don't know if I said Chappelle. I meant Canadian comedians, but hey, I am one of the kings of comedy. May it be said, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to hide from it.
Don't hide.
No, don't hide. I love how you put it, though. You are charismatic. So give me something else before we kind of wrap up, because I know you got a busy day, and I really appreciate you taking time out of your day.
Well, listen, I got all the time we need. Right. So, once I make my own hours. Once I drove down, part of being a real estate developer is you make your own hours, right? It's really not fully like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the things. So obviously, people can link to me on social media, which I think is very important. And I actually go around to schools. I've talked in several schools. I talked at York University last year. I talked about a school in Scarborough. So if people want to invite me out for financial literacy, I spoke at TL Kennedy.
Yes.
So I'm always happy. For these type of engagements, it's a no fee. because I want to get the students engaged. So if you're a student out there listening, or you're an educator and you're saying, hey, listen, I want Sherard or his team to come out and speak to me about financial literacy. It doesn't just have to be about real estate.
No, straight.
About gold or about stocks or any way that you could really make money and put people in a position to win. I'm here and I'm available.
Good. Let them know where they can find you.
Where you can find me is M5V, so like the postcode for downtown Toronto, _developments, M5V developments. DM me there, and I will personally get back to you. Thank you.
Before I let you go, a lot of people are telling me about some abroad real estate investments, second properties, retirement properties. Your thoughts in that direction?
You hit the landmine.
I hit it.
Okay, you hit the landmine. And I don't want to jump on this because of the political times that we're in right now. Right? Which you see what's happening in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's in the Middle East. Oof. Things have gone wrong. People were buying real estate over there. My number one thing for everybody is always buy real estate close to home. Okay, so if you're in Canada, buy real estate in Canada, you have to understand the laws. Now you had people who are buying real estate in Florida, and now looks what's happening in Florida because of the new administration, we'll call it over there, getting to your property. Now they're saying you might not be able to be in Florida for a certain amount of days. These are things that are easily telegraphed.
Predictable.
They're very predictable. People didn't want to look at the signs. I'm not sure why the grass is always greener. Why real estate is sexy over there, is sexy and you know it, but over here it's very mundane. So that's the number one rule: buy close to home. I like to stay within an hour. And if you want to have something abroad, just go rent. That's what Airbnb is for. That's what vacation rentals is for. It gives you opportunities to go to different places, even in the same area. So if I'm going to go to Italy, I don't have to stay in the same house. And it decreases your carry costs. When you start looking at how much it costs to carry a vacant property or to manage it, it just doesn't make sense. So that's some sound advice that you guys should really take that.
Well, I heard it all. People are like, well, I'm getting it in the DR, or I'm getting it here. And I'm like, so who takes care of it?
Who?
Okay, when a hurricane happens, what hits it?
What's
what are your
hurricane
insurance? I asked those questions. They were like, oh, I'm like, look, I do have a property abroad and I love it because that's going to be my retirement.
Right. So you have a plan.
I have a plan.
So are you saying that you're going to move, you're leaving? Are you telling people right now you're leaving Canada?
Never.
But when you said retire, are you going to go back there full time?
Never. No one in their right mind would do that. I go back and forth.
You want healthcare, eh?
All right. I want my healthcare. You crazy? I'm going to be healthy and needing it. The reason why I say that is because the winters we have are brutal.
You're a little. Listen.
Be careful.
Let me tell you something. That's not true. Because the funny thing is, you have people from Canada traveling to BC, traveling to Aspen.
Yes.
What you have to do is change. It's a paradigm shift to change your mindset. Embrace it. I would love to see you on a pair of skis.
I love the weather when I'm in it. Enjoy it.
So get in it. Get yourself a scarf.
Just telling you, as I become older and my injuries last longer.
Oh, your knees starting to quake.
Whatever happens like that, I want to sit in the sunshine. I'm just saying, for those people that are out here, again, see a professional when you're thinking about your retirement or properties, because it's so important. Like, you make the wrong move. These are your life savings, your earnings. You retire for that. You want to be able to be somewhere. Where are all these things we think about? People just like look at the goal light and be like, follow the bird, and go wherever.
You don't know where the bird's going.
The bird,
right? So you have to make sure
it
has different senses. So no, I appreciate you and appreciate your time. And of course, we let everyone know where to find us. So if they need me, I'm available. I spoke at TMU the other day as well. So
nice.
Whatever it is people need, I'm here. I'm available. I'm available for you as well. So let's get it.
Well, people, you've heard it here with your boy, Mr. J. Martin, the Renaissance Man, my first guest on TPL. Stay locked. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.